Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Of Dice and Third Baseman. Today, we rejoin our replay of the 1960-61 NHL season using Inside the Crease Hockey with Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings. So far, the series has gone all Toronto's way. They won Game 1 in a 4-zip shutout as Frank Mahovlich scored twice and Johnny Bower is impregnable on the Toronto goal. Detroit goalie Terry Sawchuk got injured at the end of Game 1, and so for Game 2, his co-goalie, they actually split time during the regular season, Hank Basson, was asked to step in, and it looked like things were going well for the Wings at the beginning. They took an early 2-0 lead inside the first 12 minutes of the game, the second goal coming on a shorty by Gordie Howe, but then the roof caved in. Toronto scored 6 unanswered goals from there to the end of the game to win going away, and Frank Mahovlich scored his 3rd of the series, his 9th of the playoffs, and his 58th of the season, including the postseason. So now Game 3 heads to the Olympia in Detroit, and the Red Wings will have their work cut out for themselves. Basson will go again, as Sawchuk isn't quite ready to come back into the lineup, and Detroit needs to find a way to stop the freight train that currently is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Without further ado, let's head down to the ice surface and get on with the action. All right, we'll drop the puck for Game 3. And Red Kelly gets kicked out. And the draw will go to Adrowski for the Red Wings. Over to Gagan. He looks on the left wing for Stasiuk, and that's a shot 3 for Vic.
Oh!
And he scores! And again, the Red Wings strike right off the bat, but this time at home. So the goal for Stasiuk, and an assist to Pete Gagan, and another assist to Gordie Howe. And that gets the Red Wings off the board in a hurry. And we'll face it off at center ice again. And Red gets kicked out for the second straight draw. Oh, shoot. And this will go +1. That'll still go to the Red Wings. That'll go to Howe. And back to Gagan. And into the middle for Delvecchio. And that's an assist pass out to the left wing. And Stasiuk again on a shot 3. This time Bauer saves and he kicks it out, but right to Adrowski. He'll get a shot 2. Another save by Bauer and another rebound to the Red Wings. Howe tees up the shot 2, but it's blocked by Bond, and the loose puck is collected by Stanley. So a quick flurry here out of the gate for the Red Wings. Kelly has the puck. That's a shot 2 for Red. And that's saved by Basson, and the rebound is taken by Delvecchio for Detroit. And an eventful first shift as the lines change. All right, it's out to Labine. Better be taken away by Harris. He looks in the middle for Armstrong. And the referees are going to blow the whistle on Norm Ullman. 2 minutes for hooking for the second line center.
We'll go back to the first line.
Okay, the big boys coming out. Try to get back in it on the power play. Face off in the Detroit end. It's won by Detroit, and it goes to Godfrey. Center's empty, so Kelly will pass. He looks for Bond, and he coughs it up. And Ullman will, except Ullman shouldn't be in there, so I'll get him out. We should know better here. There. And the pass by Fontaine. And it goes out to the right wing, but it's taken away by Mahavlich. He looks for Bond. Bond will pass it back to Mahavlich. And that's going to be a shot 4 for Frank. And a save by Basson. But the rebound comes right out to Kelly. And he'll get a crack at a shot 3. That's also kicked out by Basson. And Frank will get a rebound shot 4. Also parried away by Basson. And another rebound, and this time Gordie Howe will clean it up for Detroit. All right, Detroit Fontaine with the puck, but he's picked clean by Stewart. And Stanley has the puck, and he's going to get a shot 2 on the power play. And that's saved and gloved and held by Basson. Face off on the Detroit end. Detroit wins. Howe with the puck. Looks back to Godfrey at the left defense. And he will ice the puck, and that's the power play. Now the even strength units will come back on 5 minutes into the first period. Olmsted has the puck, but he's pilfered by Lundy. He goes out to the left wing for McGregor. He tries to skate through, but it's hit by Stewart. And Lundy collects the loose puck. Now Howie's got it. Howie'll get rid of it. And look out to Gagan on the left defense.
Yep, penalty.
But now Bond draws the whistle. 2 minutes for high sticking. It's 6 minutes of the first period. And Detroit will get its first chance on the power play.
First unit.
Okay. And the draw to the left of Johnny Bauer. Ullman wins it, and it goes back to Odrowski at the right point. He looks for Howe. And that's a shot 2 on the power play. And that's gloved and held by Bauer for another face-off in the Toronto end. Again, Ullman will win the draw. This time it goes to Delvecchio out on the wing. And that'll be a shot 4. And another save by Bauer and another face-off. Okay, Ullman wins the third draw in a row on the power play. Back to Odrowski. Going to go over to Gagan at the left point. He will pass it again. He looks for Delvecchio. That's a shot 5 for Alex. And a score. Power play goal for the. This is eerily similar to game 2 so far.
Yep. But I think that's the first power play goal of the series.
I think that's right. Yep. Something like 0 for 8 or something so far. All right, and the assists go to Gagan and to Howe. All right, so Bond gets to come out of the box, but it costs Toronto. I'll put my third line out.
I'll put my fourth line and third defense.
Okay. And we're back to center ice. 2-0 Wings after a little under 8 minutes. And Toronto wins this draw. It's out to Reagan. Do you want to keep him out since we just put him out?
Keep him out. Yep.
And Larry's going to give it away, but there's nothing Glover can do with it other than control the puck. He puts it over to Gagan. Gagan with an assist pass to Odrowski. That's a shot 0. Saved and held by Bauer. The draw on the Toronto end is won by Toronto, and it'll go to Hillman. And he'll look to pass, and he gets it in the middle. Keon for a shot 5. And it's saved by Basson and dropped off to Gagan. He'll also look in the middle, but Hillman forces him to dump it in. And Keon will collect for the Leafs. Kelly with the puck, but he's drilled in the shoulder by Godfrey and jars the puck loose, and Howe is there to pick it up. And he goes on the left to Godfrey. Looking to go back to Howe, but Mahovlich forces them to dump it in instead, and Bond collects behind the Toronto net. Gives it up to Stanley, but he has it taken away by Delvecchio, who sends it out to Stasiak on the left wing for a shot too. And it's saved by Bauer and dropped off to Bond. He looks to send it out to Mahovlich, but Howe lands the hit. And Godfrey collects the loose puck for Detroit. Adrowski has it, but it's stolen by Brewer. He looks to skate, but he's forced to dump it in by Adrowski. And Adrowski will collect the puck. And it's out to Johnson. He will cough it up, but Pulford nothing doing. He'll just control it and send it over to Horton. And that's an assist pass to Armstrong for a shot 4. And that'll be gloved and held onto for the faceoff by Basson. So pretty even territorial for the first 13 minutes, but Detroit's got the goals. They've already held the lead longer, I think, than they did in Game 2. All right, the faceoff goes to Detroit, and Ullman will control. Looks for Johnson on the right wing, but it's intercepted by Pulford. He sends it in the middle to Armstrong. That's a shot 1 for George. And 82 is saved by Basson and left behind the net for Odrowski. They look on the left wing for Stasiak, but it's taken away by Larry Reagan. He looks for Shack on the left wing. Eddie mishandles the puck and is taken away by Delvecchio. Now Odrowski on the right to Howe, and that's a shot 4 for Gordy, but forced wide by Alan Stanley. And Stasiak will collect the loose puck. He'll look for Howe again, but Shack gets his body in the way and forces Gordy to dump it in, and it'll be picked up there by Bond, and Toronto will start from their own end. It's up to Reagan on the right wing. He looks to drop it to Horton. Horton back on the right wing to Nevin now. And Nevin looks to pass. But we've got a whistle on the play, and it looks like Leo Labine will go off for a minor penalty. 2 minutes for interference on the Detroit left wing. And is that their first power play of the game for Toronto? The second.
Second,
yeah.
I'll leave the first line out there.
Okay.
And the first defensive pair.
Yep. All right. Big 3 minutes here, I think. It's a face-off in the Detroit zone. Toronto on the power play. And the draw goes to Young. And he's hit by Stanley. And the puck is loose, and Stanley will control. He moves it through the neutral zone. Forced to pass. And it goes out to Stewart on the right wing, but he's also challenged by Fontaine and forced to vamp it before he gets into the offensive zone. Still with Stewart, and he's got a shot 2 on the power play, and that's held by Basson for the faceoff. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Faceoff to the right of Basson, and Delvecchio wins the draw and sends it out to the left wing to Fontaine, who will ice it, and that'll kill the man advantage for Toronto. 1 minute to go in the period. 2-0 Detroit. Armstrong with the puck. He's got a chance. A shot 3 from the high slot. And forced wide by Odrowski. And Gagan will pick up the loose puck. He'll look on the right for Odrowski. Odrowski. Yeah. I hate that sometimes. You press the wrong button. Passes it out to the right wing. Looks like a delayed penalty call, but Howe walks in. He's got a shot 5. And it's kicked away by Bauer. And Harris will collect the rebound. And the referees will confer. And it's going to be 2 minutes for roughing on Pulford, with seconds remaining in the first period. So
I'll send out the second line, I guess.
Second unit. All right. Face off on the Toronto end. And Ullman wins it. And there's your first period. So Detroit scores the first 2 goals again, but this time manages to hang on at least to the end of the first period. And they'll start the second period on the power play.
And then my normal rotation on the defense.
Okay. So I've got to put both my other defense. So now Howie's going to get double shifted. We'll see how this goes. All right. So Bond will go on the third pair. All right. I'm going to keep my first power play unit out.
I'll leave my second unit out there.
All right. There's face off to start the second period. All right, Olmsted wins the draw, and it goes to Bond. He'll look out on the right wing. He's got Armstrong out there. That is a shot 2, shorthanded. And it's not blocked, but it is saved and held by Basson. So they get a shorthanded bid to no avail. Olmsted wins the draw again, and he'll go back out to Armstrong. He's going to try it again on the shot 2, shorthanded. If at first you don't succeed, and that one is parried away by Basson onto the stick of Odrowski. Detroit tries to wind up the power play here. Odrowski will keep the puck, and he'll look out on the right wing for Howe, and that's going to be an assist pass into the middle for a shot 3 by Ullman. Save by Bauer and a rebound to Odrowski. The shot 1 on the rebound is wide. Yep, forced wide by Bond. And Stanley will collect the puck. Seconds to go on the penalty kill. It's Armstrong again, trying to make a shorthanded bid, this time with a shot 3. Saved by Basson and makes him hot, and the rebound goes to Del Vecchio, and that'll kill the penalty. So 3 or 4 chances for the Leafs shorthanded, but they can't cash in. And it's still 2-0, and finally Detroit has the puck. So Melnick with it.
Hit.
But he's hit by Mahovlich, and the puck is loose, and Frank will pick it up. Okay, Frank's going to have an assist pass to Hillman. That's a shot 0, and it's held by Basson. Hate those shot 0s from the defenseman on the assist passes. Total buzzkills. All right, face off. Won by Toronto to Bond. And it's over to Kelly. Looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty here. It's an assist pass to Hillman, who shoots it wide. And
I hate that even more.
Yeah. And Lundy controls it. And the referees are going to blow 2 minutes for hooking on the inimitable Howie Young. So,
I mean, with shot 0, at least you might get a
rebound. Yeah. That's right. Just like the guys always say on TV, just get it on the net. Anything can happen.
Yep. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Correct. I think somebody said that. Yeah. All right. Who do you want on the power play?
We'll go with the first unit, I think.
All right. Face off in the Detroit end. 3 minutes gone in the second. And Ullman wins the draw, and it goes to Howe. He will try to keep it, and he'll take a shot shorthanded, a shot two from Gordy, and that's held for a face-off by Basson, this time in the Toronto end. Toronto wins the draw. Stanley with the puck. Looks on the right for Bond.
Uh,
Sorry, what?
that was going to be an assisted pass, I think. Because of the forechecker.
Correct. Yep, you're correct. Yep, assist pass to the right defense, 23. It's a shot 0. That's 11. Shot and a rebound, but corralled by Ardrowski. Get Young off. All right, Godfrey has the puck. He will turn it over, shorthanded, and taken away by Duff. Controls it for Toronto. Over to Brewer. Brewer looks like he'll return the favor. But there's no center, and so Olmsted will control. Back to Brewer. He'll pass. And he'll hold on to it again, and Carl is intent to just run out the power play. And that'll do it. So nothing doing again for Toronto with the man advantage. They have gone ahead on the shot clock, though. Shack has the puck at even strength. And he looks to pass to Bond. Wow. But Labine is mixing it up. No call by the officials, so we get a face-off. And Keon is kicked out for some nonsense in the circle. And 7-1 is 8. Ullman still wins, so that draw goes to Detroit. And line change. All right, Godfrey's got the puck. He'll pass it out on the right wing for Melnick. And Melnick will tee up a shot one from just inside the blue line. And it's easily handled by Bauer. And he drops it to Hillman on defense. Hillman goes out to the right wing for Harris. Harris looks to get it to Pulford, but Melnick steps in and takes it away. Melnick looking for Lundy in the middle of the ice, and he finds him. Lundy breaks free for a shot 4. And it's held by Bauer for the face-off. Okay, Detroit wins the draw again. McGregor with the puck this time. He tries to go to Lundy in the middle, but Bond lands the hit, shakes it loose, and Hillman will pick it up for Toronto. Looks for... oh, Howie. Looks for Kelly in the middle.
Oh.
It's going to be a delayed call. It's a shot 1 for Kelly. Ooh.
Rebound.
Yep, saving a rebound by Basson. And Howe will pick it up. And it's another 2-minute penalty on Young, this time for slashing. About 8.5 minutes into the second period. So Toronto will go back on the power play for the 4th time.
I used the first power play forward line and the second power play defensive line.
Oh, he's getting shifty here. Okay. All right. Man advantage face-off in the Detroit end. That is won by Kelly. Kelly dekes and keeps it. And works his way free for a shot 5. Saved
Oh,
by Basson, the hot Basson. Kicks it out, and Howe takes control. He gets it over to Odrowski, and Odrowski will send it to the length of the ice to kill 20 seconds off the power play. Brewer picks it up. He's got an assist pass out on the left wing to Frank, and that's a shot 4 from Mahovlich. And save and a hold by Basson, who's been very sharp so far. Halfway through the power play, face off in the Detroit end. Kelly wins it again out to Mahovlich. He goes back to the point to Brewer. He'll tee it up from the point for a shot 1. And another save and another hold by Basson. Kelly wins the draw again, and again shovels it back to Brewer. And it's over to Duff. And
oh,
yeah, he can't
Duff.
control it. And Fontaine scoops it up, but decides discretion is the better part of valor and just circles back into the Detroit zone. And drops it off to Gagan. And Gagan will ice it, and that kills the rest of the penalty. So another power play goes unrequited for Toronto. They still trail 2-0 just over halfway through the second period. And Pulford will wind it up in the Detroit end. Comes into the offensive zone. He's going to take a shot 3. Saved by the hot Basson. And the rebound to Howie Young. He'll look on his right for Melnick. And Melnick coughs it up. And Harris will control. Harris, he'll take a shot from distance. The shot 1 is save and a hold by Basson. So Toronto's starting to pile up the shots, but they haven't found a way to beat Hank Basson yet. Face off in the Detroit zone. This time it's won by Detroit, and Lundy gets it over to Young. He looks on the left for Godfrey. Godfrey back on the right for Johnson, and that's going to be an assist pass on the left to Labine for a shot 1.
Oh,
Only Bauer, I think, makes the save on a shot number of 1, and he goes hot. And he kicks the rebound to Red Kelly, and Toronto control. So both goalies are now hot. Kelly brings it in and will take a shot 3, and that's tipped out of play for a face-off. Face-off is won by Detroit, and Labine has control on the left. He looks over on the right for Johnson, and that's going to be a shot 4 for Alan Johnson. And Bauer catches it with the glove and holds on for a face-off. 7 minutes to go in the second. Ullman wins the draw to Odrowski. He sends it over to Gagan. Gagan looks to go back to Odrowski, but he gets his pocket picked by Mahovlich. Into the middle for Kelly. Teams change up. Back out on the left wing for Shack, and he'll take a shot 2. And it's saved by Basson and dropped to Warren Godfrey as Detroit brings it back. Young with the puck. He's going to tee it up. I like to get as many shots as penalties, so he'll take the shot 0. And easily handled by Bauer, and he just lets it trickle out of his glove onto the stick of Stanley. Out on the right wing to Reagan. He'll look to pass. He goes back to Shack.
oh,
And Young gets whistled again. And it's just going to be Howie.
yep.
2 minutes for I think he wants to get one of every kind of minor penalty in one game.
Bring out my second unit, I guess.
All right, so both the front
Yeah,
and back.
both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only 5 minutes left in the period. We need to kill this something fierce. All right, face off. The man advantage again for the 5th time in the Detroit zone. And they got Gordy out there with a 7 defense on the penalty kill. All right. Detroit wins the draw to Howe. Looks, and he's going to get pilfered by Brewer. Brewer gets it over to Horton. Yep. Sorry, Howie. And Olmsted with the puck. He's got some open space, and he's got a shot 5. Scores! No, I take it back. Forced wide. No, there's no center. No center.
If there's just no center.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's no center. It's a goal.
Yep.
So finally a power play goal. Yep, for the Maple Leafs. So Howie's transgressions finally catch up with Detroit. Goal for Olmsted. Assist for Stewart and Brewer. And the chagrined Young gets to come out of the box, probably momentarily. All right. 4 minutes to go, second period. What do you want to do with your lines?
Bring in. Actually, that's good with Fulford.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Back to a face-off at center ice. And Armstrong gets kicked out. And, yeah, Harris is a 6. So Toronto still wins it. And it goes out to Pulford on the left wing. Back into the middle for Armstrong. He's really had the pep in him today. So a shot 3 for Armstrong. And that's saved and held by Basson. He's got 4 or 5 shots already, I think. Well, he had 3 on 1 penalty kill. All right, this time McDonald gets kicked out. And Toronto will win the draw to Hillman. Tries to go in the middle to Armstrong, but Godfrey lands the hit. And he'll pick up the loose puck. He'll keep it. And look to get it to Glover out on the right wing, which he does. And Howie will tee up a shot 2. Saved by Bauer, and the rebound's taken by Harris. He looks for Armstrong up the middle of the ice. He finds him, and George is going to take another shot 2. And that's saved by Basson and dropped to Godfrey on defense. Last 2 minutes of the second period. And Labine with the puck. He's going to tee it up. Shot 2 for Leo. And a save by Bauer. And the rebound is cleaned up by Bond. Now, Reagan has the puck, but Labine forces him to dump it in. And Godfrey collects for Detroit. On the left for Labine, but he has it taken away by Reagan. Now it'll be Shack on the left wing, and he's got an assist pass to Baum for the shot 1. And saved by Basson, but he can't control the rebound. And Labine is there to skate it away. He looks for Norm Ullman. Ullman's got it. He's got a shot 1.
Oh.
Again. Bauer saves it on the shot number 1. And Shack will control the rebound. 40 seconds left in the period. Bond with the puck. He looks to pass. And looks to pass again. And that'll do it on the second period. So Toronto gets 1 back on the power play. And we're through 2 periods of play with the score Detroit 2 and Toronto 1. All right. Third period.
Oh, start my second line.
Okay.
They haven't been out very much.
Okay. And which pair?
Leave the first pair in.
Okay. All right, Detroit clinging to a 1-goal lead. Hoping to turn it into a series. Toronto 17 scoring chances to Detroit's 10, but Boston's made 25 saves in 2 periods, holding on for dear life. So the face-off, and Olmsted will get kicked out again. And that'll go to... Actually, that's a tie, and that's going to go to Toronto. All right. Oh, jeez. Oh, pass out to Duff with a 1,
Oh,
but taken away by Gordie Howe with the 6s down the right-hand side of his card. So Howe with the steal. Howe will keep it, and he'll look to take a shot 1. And it's on target, and Bauer kicks it out. And Adrowski's there to pounce on the rebound, and he'll take a shot 0. And that's saved again by Bauer, but not controlled. And Stasiak pounces on the rebound, and he gets a stab at it at a shot 1. And Bauer finally holds on after 3 shots. Face off in the Toronto end. This time Detroit will win it, and it goes back to Adrowski. He looks out on the left wing for Stasiak, and that's a shot 2 for Vic. And that's held by Bauer for a face-off. So quick start in the 3rd period for the Wings. Another face-off in front of Bauer. And Delvecchio will win this to Stasiak. Back to Delvecchio. And he'll take a shot 1. And Bauer will hold that one. So he's getting a little glove practice here in the first minute and a half of the period.
up in his percentage.
Yeah, padding his stats, yeah. All right, that draw, Delvecchio wins the draw to himself. Out to Drowski, and the referees look at Olmsted and decide not to blow the whistle, and we'll have a face-off. Delvecchio wins the draw again. Teams change lines, and it goes out to Adrowski. He's looking to pass to Gagan, which he does. Gagan looking to go back into the center to Parker McDonald. McDonald has it. He's got a shot 2. Save by Bauer, and the rebound comes back to Odrowski, and he'll get a shot 2 on the rebound, but it's forced wide by Stanley. Shots now almost even. Stanley collects the loose puck. Head on a swivel looking to pass, but he decides to keep. And he'll pay the price for that as he coughs it up as he crosses center ice. And Fontaine will take control. Fontaine looks for Parker McDonald, and he's open for a shot 2. And that's saved by Bauer and dropped to Alan Stanley. 16 minutes left in the 3rd period. Stanley into the middle for Olmsted, and that's going to be an assist pass to Horton for a shot 4. Save by Basson. And the rebound comes over to Gagan for Detroit. Over to Adrowski. He looks to go back to Gagan, but it's taken away by Horton. And he'll look for Brewer. Brewer has the puck. Looks back into the middle of the ice, and Olmsted has it. He tries to go to Duff, but Melnick pokes his nose in, and Duff is forced to dump it into the Detroit end, where Basson will leave it for Gagan. Drowski now with the puck, and he'll keep it as he crosses center ice. Looks for some help, isn't getting any. Continues to skate. And he goes out on the right wing finally for Alan Johnson, who'll get a shot 1. And that's saved by Bauer, and the rebound kicks out to Labine, and he'll get a shot 1 on the rebound. And Bauer stops it and falls on it to get the whistle. Detroit now out shooting Toronto. So that's, 25? 9-2 this period, I think. And the draw goes to Ullman, and he will keep it and give it away, but no breakaway for Harris. Over to Stanley, but the hit by Odrowski will create a loose puck that's handled by Harris. And he'll pass it into the middle for Kelly. Kelly can't handle the puck either. And it's loose for Stasiuk. Stasiuk has the puck, has his pass intercepted by Nevin. It'll go out to Mahavlich on the left wing, but Howe takes it away. This is the Gordie Howe we've come to know and love. He's everywhere. Into the middle for Delvecchio, but forced to dump it in by Brewer. And all of a sudden it's a neutral zone game. Delvecchio will control the puck deep in the Toronto end. Gets it out to Stasiuk. Stasiuk will get a shot too. And that's gloved and held by Bauer. Another face-off in the Detroit zone as we're about halfway through the third. And Delvecchio wins it out to Stasiuk. Vic will keep it. He gets an assist pass. And that'll go to Gagan for a shot 0. But it's blocked by Mahavlich. And the loose puck caroms over to Nevin on the right wing. Stanley now has it. And he keeps it as he crosses center ice. And he still keeps it. And finally dumps it off to Stewart. And Stewart will get a shot 2 from the right wing. Oh. And a beautiful save by Basson. But Hillman is there to pounce on the rebound, and he'll get a shot 0, and that's held by Basson for the face-off. Little flurry.
My forecheckers up to 3.
Up to 3. Okay, Toronto pressing forward here with 9 minutes to go in the game. All right, I'm going to get Young off the ice. All right. I think I'm going to go to 1-4 checker, but I think it's a little early yet. All right, face off. And Toronto wins the draw, and it goes to Duff. Back to center ice. To Olmsted.
Pass becomes assist.
Yes, you are 3. Yep, so that's an assist pass. Out to Duff for a shot 2. A kick save and a beauty by Basson. And Hillman whacks the rebound wide. And Stanley picks up the loose puck. So a chance there for the Maple Leafs, but it goes begging. Stanley has the puck. And they'll change lines. And it goes out to Reagan on the right wing. He will pass it on the left to Shaq, and Shaq coughs it up at center ice. Howe has it, but he's no space for a breakaway, and he'll just circle in the neutral zone. And now he'll keep it, and he comes over the line, and he makes a beautiful pass to to Delvecchio for a shot 5. And a beautiful save by Bauer. And Howe is there to pounce on the rebound, a shot 1 rebound, and saved by Bauer, and he drops it to Brewer. Things getting a little frenzied here in the last couple of minutes. Now Shaq has the puck again, but Howe takes it away again. And he moves it over to Odrowski. Odrowski gets a shot 0, and that's saved by Bauer and dropped to Brewer. Brewer looks to get it in the middle to Keon, and he does, and that's a shot 4 for Dave Keon. Saved by Basson, and the rebound is controlled by Delvecchio.
I'll put my second line on.
Okay. Which pair?
You can throw the third one on.
Okay. Gagan with the puck. He lines up a shot 1 from just inside the blue line. That's saved by Bauer, but the puck is loose. And Gagan jumps on it right on the doorstep for a shot 5. And a save by Basson. And he'll drop it to Hillman with 6 minutes to go in the third period. It's out to Duff on the left wing, but there's Howe again, and he forces him to dump it in. Gagan will control it. Back out to Howe. And that's an assist pass by Gordy. To Stasiak on the left wing for a shot 3. And Bauer gloves it and holds it for the face-off. 35 shots to 31. We've still got 5 minutes left. Face-off in the Toronto zone. Detroit 2, Toronto 1. Toronto will win the draw, and Olmsted has control. Looks to drop it to Hillman at the point, but it's taken away by Delvecchio. Yep.
Man.
He will keep it. We have a delayed penalty, it looks like. And it's a shot 4 for Delvecchio. And Bauer makes the save and holds on. And the referees call a minor on Alan Stanley. 2 minutes for hooking with only 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Put my second power play or penalty killing.
Yep.
Replace Olmsted with Keon.
Okay. And you need to get Stanley off.
Just put in the first penalty.
Defense.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. For the defense, yeah.
Okay. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third. 1-goal game. Detroit with a chance to perhaps put it away on the man advantage here. Face off on the Toronto end. And you know what? I'm going to put in a better face off. Allman's going to come in to take the face off. All right, they drop the puck. And Allman wins the draw out to Stasiak. He looks to go on the right wing to Howe, and he finds him, and Glover. And Glover will get a shot 5. And a save by Bauer, and he holds it for a face-off. So quite a few scoring chances here in the last 5 minutes. Another draw on the Toronto end. One again by Allman. This time nicks it back to Wodrowski. You want to leave the unit in there?
Yeah, leave them in there.
Same for me. All right, goes out to the right wing for Glover. That's a shot 1. 54, and another save, and another gloved puck by Bauer for a face-off. Detroit wins the draw again. Glover has it on the right-hand side. Goes out to the left wing for Stasiak, and that's an assist pass back to Glover for a shot 2. And forced wide by Keon.
Yep.
But Godfrey controls the loose puck. Lots of pressure here by the Red Wings. Godfrey with the pass. And he'll keep it, but he'll give it away. And there's no center.
Oh.
So Allman will take control. And...
Oh, you use the path number, yeah.
Yep, your 4-0. So that's a shot 2 for Godfrey from the left point. Kicked away by Bauer. And Horton controls the rebound. And that'll kill the penalty. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Oh, send in my top line.
Yep. And
1-1.
Yep. And so I'm going to go to forecheck 1.
Oh, put me back at 3. It swapped it back.
And then I'm going to... keep this second line, second pair, but Howie's not going to get the shift here in the last 2 minutes. I'll try to get inside 2 minutes and then... All right. So Nevin has the puck. That's an assist pass to Bond for the shot 0. Wasted 1. It's on goal, saved by Basson. But Mahavlich jumps on the loose puck. He gets a shot 3 on the rebound. And Basson gloves it and holds it for the face-off. Wow. All right. Face-off in the Detroit end. And it's won by Toronto. Bond has the puck.
Keep my line out there.
All right. I am going to go to my first line, first pair now. Except I'm going to put Fontaine in for Stasiak. All right, Bond with the puck. That's a 13. He'll look to pass. Nobody's a 0. Yep. Pass out to the left defense, 23. Another pass. Out to the left wing, but taken away by Howe. Oh boy. He goes he goes to Wodrowski, and the referees are confirming. Remember, he's only so he still qualifies because he'd be a 1 in the last 2 minutes. So, yep. Yep. And there's another penalty on Stanley, this time for roughing. He didn't like the first one, so he figured he'd take another bite of the apple. So the Maple
Yep. So here's where it gets confusing, because I can pull my goalie
correct.
still.
Yeah.
So then it's just even, right? Card-wise.
I think then it would just be even, correct.
Yep.
All right, so 1 minute left. Face off in your end.
I suppose I should probably try to get control.
Correct. Yes, that's what I think I would do. So you need a penalty kill unit for now.
Yeah.
First one.
Yep.
Okay, and I will. It's the same guys, but put the first power play unit out. Okay, so face off in the Toronto end with 1 minute to go, and an extra attacker on the ice for an extra man on the ice for Detroit. Here's the drop. Won by Toronto. Keon comes up with a huge win. Yeah.
To switch in my first line and the first defensive pair, and then throw in I don't know, Duff for Bauer.
Yep. Okay, but you need a defenseman.
I guess we didn't.
I mean, Stanley's still in the box. You just want to put Horton in or something?
Yeah, I guess that's the way to do it. Yep.
Yep. And then we'll pull Bauer.
And we got to take him out. Yep.
Now, what happens if I don't select an extra skater?
Looks like it worked, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I've never had this come up.
Yeah.
Okay. So now Nevin has the puck. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He looks to Bond. My defense is not check 3, so that's forced dump in. Gagan forces the dump in. Basson controls and leaves it for Gagan. He looks to get it into the middle, and that he does. He gets it to S. Are you check? No, nope. He gets it to. Okay, I do want to be check 1, but that's
and I want to be 3. Yeah.
That's to Delvecchio, and that's an assist pass. Right defense 6, and that's going to be an empty net goal.
Yep. Empty net power play goal.
I guess that's right.
I think I looked that up because I think it happened in the regular season to me.
All right, and the assists go to Delvecchio and Gagan. All right, so that's.
Oh, and Stanley now comes out.
Yeah, hold on a second. I want to write down the plus minus here. So you got Frank, Kelly, Nevin. Okay, so Stanley comes out of the box. So, are you going to leave the net empty?
I might as well, I guess. Throw in Duff, I guess, as the extra skater.
Okay, and leaving all the same people out, I presume.
Yep.
All right. Drop the puck at center ice. And it's won by Del Vecchio out to Fontaine. He'll. Oh, I don't know why it thinks I'm shorthanded. Oh, yeah.
Because I have
Yes,
the extra
because
skater.
extra man. And he'll just clear it the length of the ice, and that's the game.
Yep.
We got a thriller finally.
Yep.
So Detroit wins 2-1. They outshoot Toronto 40-33, but Toronto has 22 scoring chances to Detroit's 17. The three stars of the game: Hank Basson, Gordie Howe, and Johnny Bower. No big argument with that.
Yep.
So Detroit on their way to making it a series again. They get one more game in Detroit, and they'll try to even it up next time.